When the internet began, bulletin board services, or BBS, became the first online communities of the so-called information superhighway. Using their phone lines, people logged in from all over America to talk about sports, games, movies, and on one BBS in particular, share their ghost stories. Over time, those communities all went dark, except for one lone server that continues to operate somewhere in an unknown part of Pennsylvania's Rust Belt. A relic of the 1990s, veiled in mystery, it is a digital archive of humanity's strangest encounters with the unknown, as told by the people who experienced them. My name is Brandon Schexnayder, and you are listening to Fear Daily.
Subject, lock in. User, what247 even. Posted, February 11th, 1998.
I wasn't the kind of kid who usually went to church lock-ins. My sophomore year, I was already smoking Marlboros behind the football bleachers and sneaking out to shows at the VFW hall, so the thought of spending a Friday night in the gym with the youth group, it felt like volunteering for boredom. But my buddy Jason talked me into it. Said it would be an easy place to hang out without parents around, maybe even sneak in some booze. Plus, he heard a rumor that Andrea Collins, the girl he'd been obsessed with since 8th grade, she was going. So we went. The church sat on the edge of town, a squat brick thing with a white steeple that looked like every other small-town church in the Midwest. The lock-in was supposed to be wholesome fun. Basketball in the gym, pizza, maybe a movie on VHS if people got tired. Parents dropped us off at 7, picked us up at 7 the next morning, and the rules were simple. Once you're in, you didn't go back out until morning. That was supposed to keep us safe, but it didn't. Around 10 o'clock, after we'd inhaled greasy Papa John's and endured the world's lamest devotional about resisting temptation, a group of us slipped down to the gym basement. Jason had a pint of Southern Comfort hidden in his backpack, and we figured we could drink without getting caught. It was me, Jason, Andrea, and this girl Becky, who was Andrea's friend, but not really ours. The basement was half storage, half Sunday school classrooms, concrete floors, drop ceiling tiles stained brown from leaks, shelves stacked with hymnals and craft supplies. We flicked on the buzzing fluorescent lights and found a classroom with a round table and a stack of folding chairs. Jason pulled out the bottle and passed it around like contraband treasure. It burned going down, but it was something to do. At first, it was all dumb jokes and nervous laughter. Jason trying way too hard to impress Andrea, but after a few swigs each, Becky got the idea to play truth or dare. Normally, I would have rolled my eyes, but I was tipsy enough to go along. The game started innocent. Andrea dared Jason to chug straight from the bottle. Jason dared Becky to sing one of those syrupy love ballads that was always on the radio. But then Becky dared me to go into the dark hallway and turn off the lights for 5 minutes. "No way," I said. "Scared?" she grinned. I wasn't scared of the dark, but the basement had this weird hum to it, like a place that didn't want to be disturbed. Still, I wasn't about to chicken out in front of Andrea. "Fine," I said, and flipped the switch. The room went black. The others laughed, and I stood in the hall trying to keep cool. I counted seconds in my head, but before I reached a minute, I heard something down the corridor. Not footsteps exactly, more like a shuffle, like fabric dragging across the floor. I told myself it was the heating system, but The sound kept coming closer. And then I heard Jason's voice from the classroom. "Okay, come back. You've been out there long enough." I went back in and flipped the light on, but Jason looked confused. "I didn't say anything," he said. Andrea shook her head. "You did. You told him to come back." Jason swore up and down that he hadn't, and we laughed it off because what else are you going to do? But there was this heaviness in the room now, like the air had thickened. We kept playing, and truths got personal, dares got mean. Becky dared Andrea to kiss Jason, and she rolled her eyes, but she did it, quick and on the lips. Jason blushed bright red. Then it was Andrea's turn, and she looked right at me. "Dare," I said. "I dare you," she smiled, "to ask it to play." "Ask what?" "The thing in the hallway," she said. The room went dead quiet. Becky giggled nervously, but Andrea wasn't laughing. Her face was pale, serious. Jason muttered, "Don't be stupid," but Andrea leaned forward. "You heard it, didn't you, when you turned off the lights? I felt it when you left, like something waiting." My stomach dropped because she was right. "Just say it," Andrea pressed. "Say, do you want to play?" I don't know why I listened. Maybe it was the Southern comfort. Maybe it was because Andrea's eyes locked on mine, daring me in a way I couldn't back down from. So I did it. I said it, loud enough for the empty hallway to hear. "Do you want to play?" Nothing happened. We laughed, but it was thin, nervous laughter, and then the lights flickered, just once, but long enough to notice. We froze. The hum of the building grew louder, almost like it was breathing, and then from the hallway, a knock. 3 times, slow and deliberate. Jason cursed under his breath. "It's the youth pastor messing with us," he said, standing up like he was going to storm out, but Andrea shook her head again. "No, he's upstairs, I know." Another knock, this time closer, like it had moved down the hall. Jason lost his bravado. We should go upstairs," he said. "Yeah," Becky whispered, clutching her arms tight. But when we tried to leave the room, the door wouldn't open. It wasn't locked. We could turn the handle, but it felt like something heavy was braced against the other side. "Push harder," Jason hissed. We shoved together, but the door didn't budge, and that's when the laughter started. At first, I thought it was Andrea, a soft giggle, but her face was terrified, and then Becky, but no, her lips were pressed tight. The laugh was coming from the hallway, high-pitched and childlike. The fluorescent light above us began to buzz louder, flicker again, then pop out completely. The room plunged into darkness. Becky screamed. In the blackness, I felt cold fingers raise the back of my neck. We scrambled, banging into chairs and each other, trying to find some way out. The laughter multiplied, echoing around the room, overlapping voices like a playground gone wrong. "Truth or dare?" a voice whispered right in my ear. I swung my arm wildly, but hit nothing. My heart pounded. Jason was shouting, Andrea praying, Becky sobbing, and then as suddenly as it began, the lights flicked back on. The door was open. We bolted upstairs, stumbling into the gym where the rest of the youth group was half asleep in their sleeping bags. The youth pastor looked up groggily, annoyed, told us to settle down. We tried to explain, but the words came out wrong, jumbled. In the harsh light of the gym, it sounded crazy. So we shut up. Morning came, parents picked us up, and we never told anyone else. But I'll tell you this, the church shut down 2 years later. Something about a mold problem in the basement. They tore it down, built a Walgreens on the lot, but I can't drive past that place without thinking about it because some nights when I'm alone, I still hear it. That soft little laugh. And the voice asking, truth or dare?
Subject, Sacramento Hotel. User, run21. Posted, July 14th, 2000.
I did not kill that guy. I don't care what the papers say. I don't care what the news says. It wasn't me. I didn't lay a hand on him, but I saw who did, and that's the only reason I'm even writing this down, because no one's gonna believe me if I say it out loud. It was in Sacramento a couple weeks back. Red Pines Motel off J Street, right by the freeway. The place is a total dump. Neon vacancy sign buzzes all night. A carpet smells like old beer and piss. $40 cash, key on one of those big-ass plastic fobs like a gas station bathroom key. My car was overheating. I was wiped out and I didn't care. I went out for a smoke, leaning on the balcony rail. Marlboro Light, ash blowing down into the lot, and down below, this dude in a Buick's unloading a cooler, some luggage, whatever, looked like a trucker. I wasn't paying much attention until she walked in. Looked like a woman at first, a long coat and hair down, face pale under the neon. I figured she was just another working girl cruising the lot. Not exactly a rare sight. She heads right for the guy. I couldn't hear what she said, and it didn't look like much got said at all. And then she's on him, fast, pins him against his own car like she's gonna kiss him. He jerks once like he's trying to shove her off, and then nothing, just slumps. She leans back, his shirt soaked down the front, not sprayed, not stabbed, just drained. His face looked empty, like there was nothing left in him. And then she looks up at me. I swear she saw me too. Neon buzzing, Coke machine humming, me with a half-burned Marlboro Light stuck to my lip. Her mouth's wet, teeth shining red, eyes too bright. Now, I know you want me to say vampire, don't you? Fine, laugh about it, but you tell me what else drinks a man dry in seconds flat. She let him fall, just drops him on the asphalt like a busted toy, and then walked off, coat swinging, gone through the fence into the dark. I wanted to go down, check on the guy, do something, but my legs wouldn't move. I just stood there, shaking, cigarette burning my fingers, and then the cops show. A couple black and whites roll up, lights flashing. The desk clerk must have called, and they see the dead guy, they see me on the balcony, and of course, you think they're gonna buy my story? Hell no. So, I did what I had to do. I ran. Been running ever since. Gas stations, rest stops, sleeping in my car with the seatbelt cutting into my neck, eating beef jerky and Little Debbie's, washing it down with whatever's cheap from the cooler. Every headline says I stabbed a man in Sacramento, stabbed him, but that is bullshit. He didn't get stabbed, he got drained, and she's still out there, whatever she is. A couple nights back, I stopped at a Chevron outside Reading. Came out with a coffee, and there she was, standing by my car. Same coat, same hair, same pale face glowing in the light from the ice machine. Didn't move, just stared. By the time I blinked, she was gone. Another night, I was passed out in the car, engine off, windows cracked, woke up to tapping on the glass. Tap, 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 like fingernails. I looked around, nothing. But there were streaks on the window, smears, like someone licked it. So yeah, laugh if you want. Say I'm fucking crazy. Say I'm tweaking. Whatever. I know what I saw. Red Pines Motel, J Street, Sacramento. Check the fucking report. Truck driver dead in the lot. 0 defensive wounds. And they'll never put that part on TV, but I guarantee it's in that paperwork. I did not kill him, but I saw who did, and if I go missing, it won't be the cops who got me.
Fear Daily is an independent podcast hosted by Brandon Schexnayder and written by Brennan Storr, with Joanna Smith serving as the consulting editor, audio production by Rachel Boyd, and sound design by Southern Gothic Media. This podcast is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents are either products of the author's imagination or are used fictitiously. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or to real events or locations, is entirely coincidental. Ad-free versions of Fear Daily are available now on your favorite podcast apps. For more information, visit feardaily.com. But move fast, before the server goes offline.